What's going on, guys? It's B-movie banter time, and I love doing these, and I haven't done them in a while, but one of the biggest reasons I like doing them is because I love double featuring reviews. So I love double featuring, a couple B films that are connected to each other, usually, and talking about my thoughts on them one by one. So this is a Christmas edition of B-movie banter, and I am Morgan Film Fan, and I'm going to talk about, first of all, Mother Krampus. Literally just discovered them this year and picked them up completely blindly. They weren't expensive, and they seemed like pretty entertaining holiday horror films. So here we go on my thoughts, starting with Mother Krampus. Mother Krampus is a British production, and it is based off of some Krampus folklore, obviously. Reading on the back, based on the myth of Frau Percha, a witch that comes on the 12 days of Christmas taking children each night. So this is a typical German folklore. And the movie is really, it's budgeted, but it's really dark. It uses what it has going for it in a really good way, I would say. It doesn't misuse the budget that it has, you could say, pretty much. But basically you got this story it starts off with a whole folklore, like beginning from 1922, there's this urban legend, going right up to 1992, where this woman named Frau Perchta came back and started picking off a bunch of kids, and these parents kind of burnt her at the stake, kind of thing. And following off 25 years later, she had said that she was going to curse all these people that condemned her, basically, and come after them and their children. So the story goes on after that, and you're basically following this mom and daughter who are having some, like, the mother's having some divorce issues, and her father is having a lot of secrets, basically, like keeping stuff from the family and not being very distant, pretty much. And it just starts to build from there. I like the way they portray the villain of Mother Krampus in this one. I like the way the way she's dressed is really nice. I don't really like the makeup too much, but the costume design and the cinematography is pretty good in the film. Again, for the budget restraints that it has, it really makes some creepy atmosphere. There's a lot of things that they do, like, in a pretty cool way, like, with the kills and stuff. This film is gore galore. And they use, like, Christmas lights for kills. There's a scene where a woman's, mouth is being sewn in. There's a lot of scenes where Mother Krampus is cutting gingerbread cookies out of people's flesh. So it's really imaginative for the kills and all that. So it wasn't bad. I mean, for its budget restraints, they knew what they were doing with it. The director is James Kloss, and they basically just took a B-movie budget and worked with it the best they could, and did a really good job with it at the end. So it was a lot of fun, I would have to say. And then Mother Krampus 2 is basically just a slasher film with Mother Krampus 2 titled on it, with, a creepy looking woman in the front. Absolutely nothing to do with the first film. It's by title only. It's its own thing, and it's so much worse. It's your typical slasher, but not done well. And it's a tough journey to get through. Now, I did like the kills of it, and I did have fun with the gore and some of the things that they brought with that, but I mean, the script's a mess. The character design is a mess. The plot's a mess. Doesn't make any sense at all. And you could just tell that it just, well, you kind of have to judge it as its own thing, right? Because it's not really a sequel to the first one. It really has nothing to do with the first one. But it's also, this one being a British production, this one is a complete American production. And just a complete story. It's just about a psychopathic woman with the worst looking wig on her head going off and killing people. It starts with her killing off a bunch of people in her home, and then basically you get this group of 3 or 4 girls who these 3 or 4 girls are basically working at like a homeless shelter, and they're friends and whatnot, and then they stumble upon this old lady. I don't even know why or how they get invited into her house, but they do. And another thing about this film is the killer is revealed right from the get-go. 20 minutes in the film, you know who the killer is, so there's no twist or surprises there. It just plays off with you knowing who the killer is, and it's it's not even worth watching, like, to be honest. It's kind of funny sometimes. Some of the kills are pretty good. Some of the actresses are nice to look at, but other than that, I would just stick with Mother Krampus. This is the like prevailing film for sure. And Mother Krampus 2 is I guess you can call a sequel. So that's my B-movie banter. Both B-movies at heart, but obviously one done way better than the other. So that's what I've got. I hope to get to a lot more Christmas horror. I've got a lot planned already. I've got even a lot that I've watched already that I just got to pull up some reviews for. And but I got a whole list that I could get through and hope to get through. So I will be taking care of that. But yeah, those were 2 surprises that I gave to myself this year, and this is the winner. So that's B-Movie Banter for today, and more reviews coming soon. I'm Morgan Film Pan. If you like them, subscribe, and until next time, cheers.